The credentials display system originated when some mentors were asking us, we'd like to be able to see what people are trained on. And we had an existing credential record system, but there was a little too much friction for our student mentors hosting open hours to be able to see those credentials in real time.
So Mobius is a web system that has a backend database that contains, among other things, the user credentials. So when someone comes in for training, they go through the program and then they get the credentials for whatever tool they've been trained on. The idea was to make them more accessible and more useful to people who are actually in the shops, running sessions, running training, or just running open hours. Let me introduce you to the MIT credential display system. We have a sign-in kiosk when you come into a shop. You go up to it, tap if you're signing in or out, type in your username, and then you'll get a one-question questionnaire of what brings you to the shop today. Now, once I've signed in, you know, on the display behind me, you'll see my photo, my name, and a list of my credentials in the shop. So now people in the shop can see what I've been trained on, what I can use, what I can't use, what training I might need.
The visibility system exposes the credentials in a way that is independent of using a telephone or a computer to look them up on a web interface. They're just automatically present in the shop as soon as someone signs in.
The display is really helpful to me because at a quick glance, I'm able to figure out who's in the space, what they're able to do, and it kind of helps me figure out how I can help the people who are in the space, but not have to be everywhere at once.
It's very important that people know how to use the tools that they're going to be using independently. Being able to see how people are credentialed helps us understand whether people can work independently in a way that's safe for the shop materials and for themselves and the others who are in the makerspace.
One of the benefits of the system is it allows us to, with our sign-in records, see who's using the shop and when. That helps us to target our open hours to the most popular times, figure out what trainings are the most popular for our students or most needed. Also allows us to compare our demographic information against student population and see if we're doing really well or have room for improvement on welcoming the entire MIT community into the makerspaces. An unexpected way that the credential display system enhanced making culture at MIT and in our makerspaces was that people started getting excited to get more credentials when they could see their list display up on the screen. It provided an extra reward to taking more trainings or learning a new machine in open hours.
As a mentor and as a user of the makerspaces, I'm very interested in building my own skills and getting credentials on many different tools. So being able to track all the trainings I've done also helps me track my progress and the progress of the students that I'm teaching.
When I was really getting into making and doing as many trainings as I could, I would shift around my schedule all the time just to take as many trainings as possible. And I thought it was super, the trainings themselves were super interesting, but I also love seeing my credential list get longer and longer.
As the system grows, I'd like to see it deployed to more shops so that students' credentials become more transferable. Our shops will get bigger and more complex. And how do we target the credential visibility to the particular region or neighborhood of the shop where someone's working?
Another feature we're hoping to add, we really would like to in the near future, is the ability to use the MIT ID to tap into the shops instead of having to type your username when you come in. That would allow someone to come in, tap their physical ID, their phone, their watch, and get access right away. And that's something students are really excited about having that capability as well. Something we're working on, hopefully soon.